Hello, my name is Bryony, one of the co-founders and managers in our community here at Divine Gold. And today I'm here to talk to you about trading mindset, trading psychology. Now, we do run a call on this weekly. So if you haven't already been on one of those calls, make sure you get the link in the Divine Gold community and jump on because we will be going through everything in further detail. Now, trading, they say, is 95% mindset and 5% skill. That's 95% mindset, 5% skill to become a successful, profitable trader. Now, you're probably thinking, I'm here to take signals. I'm here to just copy and paste. Why do I need a trader's mindset? I'm going to give you some examples of why. Because regardless of whether you're just copy and pasting, regardless of whether you're following along the strategies of the traders, you still need an A1 mindset to be able to be successful. To keep being successful in the markets, three words I want to chuck to you guys: greed, consistency, and discipline. Greed, consistency, and discipline. And within the Divine Gold community, those three words are going to play a big part in your success. So let's talk about greed with some examples. If you're somebody that likes to set yourself a daily target, for example, you may think, I want to make £50 per day, £100 per day. Within the first 4 to 5 trades of the day, you make that target. What do? Do you take the next trade? Or do you call it a day and go about your day because you've hit your target? Many of us will keep trading, but this is where greed kicks in because you always think, let me take one more trade. And it's that one more trade that hits stop loss and takes you at some of your profit. So then you take another trade and then you play catch up for the rest of the day because of that greed and that mentality of one more trade. Or, for example, you hit your target, you're happy, another trade comes out, and you think, instead of 100 today, let me make £150. Again, greed has set in. So if you've got your target, walk away and be happy. Also, when you're in the market, when you're in a signal, you're in profit, you're happy with the profit, you're flying through the TPs. There's many of us that I know have left it open. I've been there, I've done it. I'm talking through experience because you think, let me catch another, just 5 more pips, just 10 more pips. It's going. And then before you can cancel trade and collect your profit, it starts reversing. And then you hang in thinking it's going to pull back up. It's gonna go back to where it once was, and then you just see your profit diminishing bit by bit by bit because you're now in a reverse trend, and because you was greedy, you did not secure the profit that you could have secured. That is why greed will always cost you when it comes to the signals as well. Discipline, discipline. This is a big one. Again, if you've got a target, you need to be disciplined to be able to walk away from the market. Another example, the timing of the trades. Sometimes we get FOMO. We've all been there. If a trade, for example, come out at 3:30 on the dot, and you're checking this trade at 3:34, you still think there's a chance to get in, so you get in and you end up losing money because you're not quite hit TP1. So you think, let me just catch some pips. But guess what? Again, that's the trade that reverses. That's the trade that'll muck about with your emotions. And because you didn't stay disciplined, because you didn't look at the timestamp when the trade was sent out at 3:30, it's now 3:34, and you didn't look at the price, you've just jumped in. It's telling you to buy between 30.32 and 30.34. and you're bought at 30, 36, 20 pips out, 40 pips out of the best entry, you've not remained disciplined to everything that you've learned with the signals, and it's costing you profit and pips. Consistency. You have to be consistent with your rules. So timing, it has to be strict. They give you a price entry for a reason, okay? For a reason. Do not ignore that. That's where the discipline kicks in. That's where the consistency kicks in. Do not ignore that. They give you TPs for a reason, okay? I would only recommend taking the bigger TPs, TP3, TP4, TP5, if you know how to trail your stop loss. If you don't, and you're new to this, which is fine, stick to TP1, TP2, because the bigger the movement, the more management it's going to require. Okay? Next thing, with the discipline, make sure that you are trying to take as many trades as possible. Because if 10 trades come out throughout the day, okay, and you're picking and choosing what trades that you enter, your probability of picking the stop loss trades is greater than anybody else. Because if the trading team send out 10 trades and 2 of those hit stop loss, okay, you will have 8 profitable trades overall, and your account will still be in profit. But if you've missed the first 6 trades, and then you take a trade and you've hit a stop loss, you take another trade, you may win it, and then you take another trade and you hit stop loss because you've missed a lot of profitable trades throughout the day. So if you know you're having a busy day, stay disciplined. Try and stay away from the chart. If you're having a morning or an afternoon where you know that you can't trade, don't rush it. Stay disciplined. Because if you start picking and choosing which trades that you enter, you are risking your probability of hitting more stop losses than anybody else. Now, guys, stop losses are inevitable. But the biggest mindset trait that we can talk about, especially when it comes to greed, is not over leveraging the account. A stop loss should not hinder your profit by too much. Like I said, Divine Gold is a very profitable community. Yes, we hit stop losses. You've got to learn to take these trades with no emotion. If you hit a stop loss, you know a TP1, TP2, 3, 4, 5 is coming, because they do. But if you're over leveraging, then that stop loss is what's damaging your account. That stop loss is what's putting you in the minus because you've over leveraged, not the fact that we've hit stop loss. So over leveraging is the biggest risk to anybody's account that you can do. Okay, so watch the videos, watch the trainings, reach out if you don't know what about leveraging, if you don't know what lot sizes you should be using. But I've seen some accounts where people are taking 12 of the same trades, over leveraging big lots. You should not be doing that. If there's only 5 TPs, at the very max, you should be entering 5 times. But if you're a beginner, I'd recommend twice. Half in your lot size. So if your account can take a lot size of 0.02, you enter twice at 0.01. So then when you hit that stop loss, it's not got a great impact on your account. This is where people go wrong. They get in profit, they start getting greedy, they increase their lot sizes too quickly, and they end up paying the hard way. This market will humble you very quickly. Very, very quickly. Do not be a victim of that. And the last thing that I want to talk about, never enter a trade if you do not have enough time to put a stop loss and a TP in. Of course, if you're trailing with one of your trades and you don't put a TP in, that's fine. If you know how to do that, again, if you don't know how to do that, do not do it. But you should never enter the market if you do not have time to put a stop loss on. The amount of times I've seen people pretty much cancel their whole account because they've not put stop losses on, and then they get into this spiral and they don't know when to cut the loss. Do not let that be you. Okay, do not over leverage, do not be greedy. Make sure you've always got stop losses in. Make sure you're entering as many trades as possible. Make sure you're entering on time and following all the guidelines. Keep your trading psychology and mindset A1. Guys, any questions? Like I said, we run training on this every week. Reach out. We're in the community. We're there to answer any questions, any problems. Reach out. That's what we're here for. Happy trading, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.